Hi, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Lauren, and it's my pleasure today to guide you through a yoga sequence that's going to incorporate some weightlifting and light weights. So I always love to come to this fusion of weightlifting and yoga on days where I need to get a little bit of extra energy out. Maybe I'm looking to invoke a bit more power into my practice. And so it's a fun way of fusing two different modalities here today. Now we're going to be using our light weights. So I have 6-pound weights here. You can use anything around this weight, so maybe a little bit more or a little bit less. And also, if you're new to this type of sequencing or practice, you can also try to run through it the first time without any weights and just imagine those weights in your hands. And of course, if there's any posture that doesn't feel safe for you or you'd like to reduce the weight on, that's always welcome for you here. I want you to make sure that you're enjoying the movement in your body, releasing a bit of tension, building power, but we're not creating any pain in the body, okay? So I want you to listen to yourself as we guide through this unique sequence today. So we're going to start off in a downward facing dog. So come into your downward facing dog and take a bit of a bent knee variation to start. So feet are about hip width distance, nice deep bend in those knees, pedal through the feet. And hands are about shoulder width distance or slightly wider. We're pressing through the pads of the fingers equally. Pressing through those fingers, starting to engage the muscles in the upper body and the arms. Starting to stretch the back of the legs. And let's just take 3 breaths here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, releasing any tension, inhaling, exhaling. One more nice deep inhale, and exhale it out. We're going to glide forward to a plank position, and this could be a standard plank or a knee down plank. Either way, I want the chest bone to be in line with the thumbs, okay? And the shoulders are directly above the wrists. We're drawing the heart forward. We're drawing the navel back towards the spine. You might even push through your fingers a little bit to activate the shoulders and the back body. Let's take 2 strong breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale out any tension. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Press back to a puppy pose. So the hips stay above the knees, the arms extend long, and we drop the chest down towards the ground. And 2 nice deep breaths to stretch the chest and the back body. So inhale breath. Exhale, chest descends towards the mat. Another inhale breath, and an exhale breath. Look forward at the hands and glide all the way onto the belly. And I'm going to give you 2 options here. You're either going to come into baby cobra or full cobra. So for baby cobra, the hands are underneath the shoulders, the elbows hug back. We press the tops of the feet into the ground, lengthen and lift, not using any weight in the hands. If you know the low back feels safe here, then you might press up a bit into your full cobra to stretch the front body, the abdominal muscles. Take 1 more breath in that baby or full cobra, Bhujangasana. And then exhale to lower. We're going to press ourselves up and back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 1 breath in through the nose, 1 breath out the mouth. We're going to do that little flow 1 more time. So you're going to inhale forward to a plank or knee down plank, right? Push back through your fingers, back to your shoulders, engage the core. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, tension out the mouth. 1 more strong breath in. Exhale it out. Sink back into your puppy pose. Hands extend long, chest descends towards the ground. 2 breaths. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. 1 more. Inflate the whole rib cage, whole capacity of the lungs with breath, and then exhale it out. Gaze at the palms, glide onto your belly. We're coming into that baby cobra or full cobra. So elbows hug in tight. Inhale and lift into baby. or full cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Nice deep breath in the front body. And then exhale, lower it all down. Press back to downward facing dog. We're just going to take one breath here. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Go ahead and step to the top of your mat into forward fold and just hang and sway. You can grab opposite elbows if you'd like. A little bend in the knees always goes far here in helping us release a tight low back or hamstrings. And again, feeling tension released from the body on the exhale. Much as we're strengthening, we're still working through our yoga practice to release mental, physical tension. Bend through those knees, bring your hands to your hips, and create a nice flat back. And you're going to rise up to stand. Good. We're going to grab our nice light weights here. So I'm going to turn to face you. You're going to stay at the top of your mat. And we're going to start to incorporate our weights into our sequence. So we're going to start with some hammer curls. So this is going to activate the biceps. You're going to hug the elbows into the side body. And I want you to hold your weights at a 90-degree angle. And I'll show you from this side as well. Draw your navel in and up. Press down through your feet. And we're going to draw those weights up to the shoulders. And then we're going to lower them all the way down to the thighs. So inhale, draw the weights up towards the shoulders, down towards the thighs. Good. We're going for 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Lower the weights down to your thighs. And we're going to come into flies here. So you're going to bring the weights straight in front of your navel. And I want you to start to draw your shoulders open and down. And you can keep a bend in those elbows. Bend through your knees a little bit, activate your core, and then open up those arms. And you want those arms to stay parallel with the ground. So we're going to go for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Lower your weights back down. You're going to come into a chair pose. So feet are hip width distance still. And we're going to shift the weight back towards the heels as if you're sitting in a chair. And the weight should shift back, but there should be a lifting and an opening in the chest, okay? So notice, I'm not rounding the upper body here, but rather I'm sinking back into the heels and lifting my chest open. Your weights are going to come to your sides of your body, and we're going to do tricep pulses. So you're going to push back through your weight. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together on your back. We're going to go for 7. So 1, 2, squeeze the shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Release, stand up. Bring the weights together at the chest. We're going to sink back into our chair, but bring your feet a little wider to almost mat width distance. Toes might point out a bit. So sinking back into our chair, kind of a squat chair mix up here, right? So I'm going to show you from the front. Remember those same principles. Weight shifts into the heels. Chest is lifted. My knees are drawing out. We're going to pulse, okay? So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release, stand up. We're going to do another set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Release, stand up nice and tall. Okay, incorporating a yoga flow here. So we're going to inhale, hammer curl up to the shoulders. Exhale, push the weights up overhead. Inhale, breath. Exhale, lower the weights down, folding, hinging at the hips, bending the knees, and stepping back to plank. my weights are in my hands. Take a nice deep inhale breath. Exhale breath, you can either lower the knees, half chaturanga, or you can come into full chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. All right. So you can stay in down dog and take a breath there. For a second, I'm going to run through that one more time in case you missed it. And remember, you can always modify. I'm kind of giving you options here. So when you step back to plank, you're either here in a standard plank or you're lowering those knees. Then I offered you to either lower through half chaturanga, so the knees are down, your elbows are at a 90-degree angle. See how my chest is parallel with the earth? Or you can lower into full chaturanga with the knees lifted. Same principles with the upper body and arms. My body's like a plank. Then you can either come into cobra, so my legs are down, chest is lifted, or upward facing dog, my legs are lifted, chest is up, exhale back down dog, okay? So we're all in down dog now. I want you to take one deep breath in, one deep breath out. Lift your right leg up, kicking my plant here, and step your right foot between your hands so you're in a nice low lunge. Go ahead and draw your weights up nice and slow and bring them into the side body. We have our back leg lifted and we're going to do some lunges here. So you're going to lower your back left knee down. Inhale, lift. I'm activating my arms by keeping them at a 90-degree angle with my weight in my hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Rise up. We're going to shorten our stance kind of to a pyramid pose stance. So feet are hip width distance, and we have about 4 feet between your front heel and your back arch. You're still going to bend into your right knee, and keeping your hips parallel with the front quarters of your mat, you're going to shift your torso forward. So weights going towards your front legs, but we're still activating our back leg, and we're going to tricep kick back again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Now start to bend into your right knee. Bring your arms back to that 90-degree hold. Lift off your back leg and draw your left knee in towards your chest. So just a little balancing, strengthening here. You can either stay there with your hold, working on the balance, or you can play with drawing your chest down towards the ground, lengthening your left leg long, lowering your weight, and rising back up, knee hugs into the chest. You're either holding here, you're doing 2 more, kind of a weighted deadlift practice. Rise back up. Takes a little balance as well. 1 more. And rise up. And then we step to Uttanasana, or Tadasana, standing pose. Okay, we're going to do the whole thing again, and then we're going to bring our left leg into play. All right, so starting with our hammer curls, we're going for 7. 1, 2, all the way up to the shoulder, all the way down to the thigh. 3, 4, squeeze the elbows in, squeeze the biceps. 5, 6, and 7. Good. Coming into our fly, bring those weights together right in front of the navel, little bend in the knees. Inhale, open, arms parallel to the ground. All right, so activating the inner arm. Use a little core here. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Coming into our chair pose, feet are hip width distance, Sink the weight back. Bring your arms to your 90-degree angle first, and then tricep kick back. 2. Squeeze the shoulders together. 4. 5. Sink back a little more. 6. And 7. Good. Rise up. Bring your arms to that 90 degree. And then we're coming into a little bit of a wider Utkatasana, kind of our yogi squat, if you will. So feet are a little wider than hip width, toes are out. Weights come to center. Sink the weight back. So my weights are at my chest is lifted, my belly's pulling in, we're pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Power through the feet, lift up, relax for a moment. We got one more set. And notice if those weights in the front of the body are bothering your back, ditch the weight. You don't have to use the weight on all of these. All right, weights back, center, the chest. Sink back for pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Power through the feet, lift up. Okay, we're going to come into that little weightlifting flow. I'm actually going to turn this way so you can see me on the other side. So, weights alongside body. Inhale up for hammer curl. Exhale, push shoulder press overhead. Take an inhale. Exhale, weights come down. Lower all the way down, bend the knees. Come back to your plank or knee down plank. Take one breath in. Exhale, half or full chaturanga, cobra or up dog. My plant's really in my way today. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath and an exhale breath. Lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. You're going to draw those weights up nice and steady. Hold them at your 90-degree angle. We're going to pulse in our lunge here. So notice my left knee's in line with my ankle. It's not beyond it or behind it, right? It can be a little behind it, but just make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. My back leg is activated, and I'm going to pulse 7 times. So bending the back knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, coming into that pyramid stance, so shorter, wider stance, about 4 feet between front heel and back toes. Bend a little into your left knee, bring the weights back, lean forward, and we're going to do those tricep kickbacks again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. Now remember, you can either stay here, rise up with the weight shifting into your left leg, your right knee lifting. So you're either just holding, or you can start playing with kind of weighted deadlift, yoga variation, whatever we want to call it, dropping those weights down, really slowly rising back up, knee hugs into the chest. Exhale, pull the belly in, keep the hips square, weights come down, rise back up. Okay, if you fall out of it, some days our balance is better than others. And rise back up. And then we meet in Tadasana, feet at the top of the mat. Nice work. All right, let's go through our arm sequence one more time and our squat sequence one more time. So starting with our hammer curls for those biceps, feet are hip width distance. We're going to draw the weights up towards the shoulders, down towards the thighs. Elbows hug into the side body. All right, we're on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And coming into our flies, starting with the weights in front of the navel, and we open. Good. 2. Arms are parallel with the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to go right into those squats again. So we're coming into, first, our Utkatasana. We're shifting the weight back towards the heels. Arms are on either side, and we're going to tricep kick back. 2, 3, think a little lower. 4, 5, squeeze the arms behind you. Think lower. 6, and 7. Release. We'll shake out of those legs, and then we're going to do those squat pulses. A little bit of a wider chair, toes point out. Weights come together at the chest. Sink back, and we're going to pulse for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push through the feet, power up. We're going to do that one more time. Make sure those knees don't cave in, okay? Ditch the weights if you need to. Sink back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Power through the feet. We're going to do one last vinyasa flow, a little bit different this time. So we're going to hammer curl. Inhale up. Exhale, push those weights up overhead. Take an inhale. And then exhale, nice and controlled. Lower the weights, bend the knees, hinge at the hips. Step back to plank or knee down plank. Inhale, breath. Exhale, full or half chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, down dog, or if you need a break, take a child's pose. We're going to move into a nice side plank here. So we're going to inhale forward to plank. And I want you to bring your right hand in front of your face on your weight. And your toes are going to point towards the left side of your mat. You can ditch the weight if you want. I find it to be better on my wrist, but if you want to ditch it, that's fine. I just adjusted quickly because I want you to see the shoulder should be relatively in line with the wrist. I don't want it to be directly in line with the wrist, just so that the muscles and bones are stacking to support each other. And then lift that left arm up. We're going to stay for 3 breaths. So inhale breath, exhale breath. 2 more, lift your bottom hip up, inhale breath, exhale breath. Last breath, maybe you float your top left leg, inhale breath, and exhale breath. Back to plank, option to sink back to child or do one more vinyasa flow through chaturanga or half chaturanga, back to downward facing dog. So remember, if you need that child, take it, especially if you're new to the practice. Building up that strength, it's always good to reconnect with ourselves. Take a couple cleansing breaths, release any tension. I'm going to turn so you can see me for our side plank on the left side. So we're going to shift into our plank from wherever we are. And you're going to situate that left hand and weight in front of you. Remember, you can ditch the weight if you like. I like it because it supports my wrist a bit. You're going to shift your toes so they're pointing towards the right. And you're going to lift your right arm up. Make sure that that left shoulder is stacked over the left wrist. We're going to go for 3 breaths. Lift your bottom hip, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more breath. If you want to float that top leg, inhale, and exhale. We're going to come down. We all meet in child's pose. If the shoulders and arms are tired, you might want to fold the hands in, stack them under the head, shake the hips from side to side. I don't know about you all, but I'm a little sweaty, so that's always nice to get a bit of energy out. A little bit of cleansing through the sweat. Good, and we're going to press ourselves up. And we're going to close with a couple stretches. So we're going to do the next few stretches kneeling. If this bothers you, if it's bothers your knees to sit this way, then just come to sit cross-legged, okay? So we're gonna kneel, we're gonna inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend over towards the left. Really beautiful stretch from the side body. Look under your right arm. Inhale, breath. And exhale, bend a little more. Inhale through center, arms straighten the face. Exhale, bend over to the other side, over to the right. Open through your chest. Breathe into your left side body. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale through center, arms straighten the face. And then we're going to take a twist towards the left. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. My backhand is perched up behind me to help me lift the chest and lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, see if you can find yourself ring out through center and allow your back shoulder to peel open a bit. One more breath here. And come back through center. And we're going to inhale those arms up. Exhale to twist the other way. So left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Back hand lifts us nice and tall. And we rotate through the center body, peeling open the back shoulder. You kind of look towards your back shoulder with your chin to also incorporate a nice stretch of the neck here. Good. Inhale those arms, come up to frame the face. And exhale, hands come down to the heart. Shift onto one hip. And we're going to bring the feet together for bound angle pose to stretch those inner thighs. After all our nice Uttatasanas, chair, squat-like positions we did. So hold on to your ankle, sit up tall. Nice deep breath, squeeze your calves and thighs together. And if you'd like, you can fold a bit here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more breath. And then slowly press yourself up, close the knees, and lengthen those legs long so that we come onto our back. And hug those knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, a little squeeze. Massaging the back body, and then circle the other way. So we are going to come to the close of our practice. I want to encourage you that if there's anything else you'd like to add on to our quick sequence today, if you'd like to add a little core work, if you'd like to add some more stretching, this would be the time to do so. Otherwise, if you feel content with our weightlifting yoga sequence, you're going to join me for about a minute in Shavasana. So we're going to extend those legs out nice and wide. Make sure the shoulders are pinned under the back, the arms are out wide. Bring some airflow into that body that might have heated up a little bit. And soften the eyes. With each breath, I want you to bring in a sense of appreciation for the hard work you did, for the strength of your body, for all that you already accomplished. And on the exhale, breathe out any unintentional tension that's still accumulated in the body or is in the body. Breathing in appreciation. Breathing out any last little bits of tension. start to draw a bit of deep breath back into the body. And when you're ready, press yourself up to an easy seat, gathering the hands at the heart. Close the eyes one more time and send yourself a bit of gratitude, appreciation for showing up for yourself, taking care of yourself. And when you're ready, bow for namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you got a bit of energy and vigor out of our practice while still connecting to your body and mind. I'll be back again soon with another sequence. Stay well.